Hello again, just Richard Barley. I'm just going to give you a quick tip on converting to black and white and using curves. First of all, go Image, Adjustments, Black and White. You'll see that everything was red has gone very dark in the background. In fact, if you put your picker over the background and click, you'll notice that the red is highlighted over here. That's just showing you that is the reds, obviously. Come down to the flowers, click on them. They were a sort of yellow, and it's shown you that this is yellow over here. And the stems were, well, it's got some yellow in it. If we move it around, there you go. That was green. So we're working on reds, yellows, if I can do it. This is green, there is yellow in there as well, but let me just find, there you go, there's green. So we can use the sliders in the black and white module. The black and white module hasn't always been there. I used to convert to black and white different ways in Photoshop, but I would go with this because it's a good place to start, and you'll see you can do most things in here. So what we're going to try and do is just lighten the reds in the background. You can use your slider one way, darken or lighten. You'll notice the whole lot is going, but we can combine this with curves to do exactly what we want. So let's just lighten for now the reds in the background. So we've come out of the black and white module now. With the reds, we've lightened the background, which is where I wanted to get. I'll just zoom in on skin tones. You can have a look at this. What I'm always trying to get is not a flat image, but something with a good black and white tonal range. Still detailing the dress. You could argue too much detail, but we're going to use curves now to brighten it up slightly and get it exactly how we want it. If you remember from the black and white module, the stems here were green originally. Now we converted to black and white. Still think of them as green. I'll tell you why later. They were a sort of ivory coloured flowers. They're roses. They have got yellow element to them. Skin has got red in it, which is something to remember, which is why when we were trying to convert the background, when we were using the sliders in black and white over the whole image and reducing or lightening red, we're also lightening the red in the skin. You could argue that this area here is competing with the face, and the area that's most important is the face. You want the image to lead you in and to end up at the face, so you could argue that this is too dark, so you can just make a general selection again, selections. So we go Image, Adjustments, Curves. Now what I'm going to do is just find that in our curves and just take the edge off it for now. There you go. And we don't want it competing with the face. We want it to be there, we want texture, but we don't want it to compete with the main subject. Another thing to remember is this area here, you could argue, well, it is the brightest area of the image, and you want this to be the brightest area of the image. You want these to have texture, these flowers. This area is a bit dark, you could argue. So you're just looking at the image and working out what you want to do with it, really. For me, as I say, I don't muck around with too much in Photoshop. It has to be right in the camera first. I wouldn't do a lot with this. What I would do is general selection, maybe there, Image, Adjustments, Curves, take a pick off the flowers, maybe just brighten them up a touch. You wouldn't even see that on this video, but I urge you just to do tweaks in Photoshop. Don't go too far. I will exaggerate them for the video so you can see exactly what's going on, but it's just tweaking really. General selection down the front, face, image adjustments, curves. Again, same as when it was colour, we're just finding where the tonal value is, and that is not far off, to be honest with you. If you move over to curves in this area, you can give it a little tweak and bring it up, but it's not far off. This is the shadow side of the face. You're moving around the face and you can see the highlight changes. You're going further and further up your curve, and highlight over here. I'll just find one for you. Major highlight here is here, right at the top. Skin tone about there. Face is around about the same point. Flowers in the same point. So it's not far off. This is a major highlight, and you could argue the dress is competed with the face. But to be honest with you, dresses are very important. So I wouldn't worry about that too much.